U.S. and Canadian air defense authorities were forced to act swiftly over the weekend after a civilian aircraft breached restricted airspace over Palm Beach, Florida, during President Donald Trump's visit to the area. According to the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, F-16 fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the aircraft after it violated a temporary flight restriction established to protect sensitive locations linked to the president, including his Mar-A-Lago estate. NORAD said the incident occurred on Saturday morning when radar systems detected a general aviation aircraft entering the restricted zone without authorization. The fighters, launched from Tyndall Air Force Base, quickly identified the aircraft and carried out standard interception procedures. Pilots used a close proximity maneuver, commonly referred to as a headbutt, to visually signal the civilian pilot and direct the aircraft to alter its course. The plane was safely escorted out of the restricted airspace, and no injuries or damage were reported. In a separate statement later in the day, NORAD confirmed that another violation occurred Saturday afternoon, around 4:20 p.m. EST, prompting a second interception. During that encounter, F-16s deployed flares to gain the pilot's attention before escorting the aircraft away from the restricted zone. NORAD stressed that the flares were used strictly as a visual warning, burned out rapidly, and posed no danger to people on the ground. The restricted airspace was activated under Federal Aviation Administration protocols whenever the president is present in a particular location. Such temporary flight restrictions are published through notices to airmen, or NOTAMs, and are mandatory for all pilots, including those flying small private aircraft. NORAD emphasized that failure to comply with these restrictions can trigger an immediate military response to safeguard national leadership and critical assets. These intercepts demonstrate the effectiveness of NORAD's layered aerospace defense mission, the command said, noting that its surveillance network integrates space-based sensors, ground radars, and fighter aircraft to provide continuous coverage over North America. NORAD, a joint U.S.-Canadian command, is responsible for aerospace and maritime warning and defense across the continent. Officials also highlighted the central role played by the F-16 Fighting Falcon in such missions. Developed by Lockheed Martin and operational since the late 1970s, the multi-role jet remains a cornerstone of NORAD's alert forces. Its speed, maneuverability, and ability to conduct visual identification make it particularly suited for intercepting civilian aircraft that stray into restricted airspace. NORAD urged general aviation pilots to take greater care in pre-flight planning, stressing that many violations stem from failure to review NOTAMs or from navigational errors. Pilots are required by the FAA to check current restrictions through official briefings or the agency's online portal before takeoff. Violations of TFRs can carry severe consequences, including criminal charges. The Palm Beach incidents were not isolated. NORAD disclosed that since President Trump took office for his second term in January, the command has responded to more than 40 tracks of interest in the West Palm Beach area, an aviation term used by the FAA to describe aircraft that may pose a potential security concern. In early March alone, NORAD said it intercepted at least 20 civilian aircraft near President Trump's Florida residence. Similar incident occurred on November 30th when the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, said it deployed F-16 fighter jets after a civilian aircraft breached a temporary flight restriction over Palm Beach, Florida, near President Donald Trump's Mar-A-Lago estate. The incursion was detected at about 4:20 p.m. EST, triggering standard interception procedures. NORAD said the jets released visual warning flares to gain the pilot's attention before escorting the aircraft out of the restricted airspace, stressing the flares posed no risk to the public. Also during Trump's first term as well. In 2017, F-15 fighter jets intercepted an unresponsive aircraft near Mar-A-Lago, generating a sonic boom that startled local residents. Saturday's events, however, concluded without disruption, reinforcing NORAD's assertion that the vast majority of such encounters, nearly 99% according to the command, are resolved safely and without the use of force.